Welcome back, everybody. This is the Hollywood Purgatory, and I am Jeffrey Harris. And on the other end of the line is Jay Snook of the Good Men Project. Hi, Jay.
Hey there, how's it going?
Jay just celebrated a birthday. He's 1 year older, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't think you're getting older, Jay. I just think you're getting more character. You're just
hmm
getting you're getting more interesting. You're getting more seasons. So not
hmm
older, just a more interesting, well-rounded person. How do you like that?
I think it's good. It fits.
How was your birthday, by the way?
Not too bad. It was all right.
Good.
Just family a little bit lunch, hung out, did fun stuff.
Good, good.
Nothing too exciting, but
This shirt, have you worn this shirt on the show before? It's got like Nintendo cartridges on it.
yeah, my sister got it for me for a birthday a couple years ago, oddly enough, and I like this shirt. I rock it all the time.
All right, so what you got? That's like the classic Nintendo cartridges and
Yeah, and
games
at the
on there.
bottom it's got Legend of Zelda, in
Great,
the gold cartridge, so it's pretty cool.
great, great. We're old school gamers. We're keeping it old. We're keeping it old school here. My shirt is a gaming. It's Power Rangers, but it's based on the Rampage, the old arcade game Rampage video game cover.
Oh, nice.
You know, The Rock, his next movie Rampage, it's based on that.
Yeah, which I don't really care to see,
His,
but
I mean, you like Jumanji. Why are you being so negative? You
well,
might like Rampage.
first of all, it's the same guy who directed San Andreas, and that was a mess.
San
And
Andreas, San Andreas, I thought was watchable as sort of like a disaster movie.
I beg to differ. And
Okay,
then it's nothing like the video game.
we have wildly varying tastes sometimes, but that's okay. We
Sure.
don't have to agree on everything. So today, first thing I want to do, it's January 29th.
hmm
And I'm going to make you take your lumps a little bit because last week you're like, next week we'll be talking about the Han Solo trailer. Well, where's that trailer, Jay?
Hey, you know what? It's not my fault they didn't release it. And truthfully, honestly, I'm kind of in the same boat you are, and I'm a little worried where we haven't seen anything
Okay.
on it at all except like a artist rendering picture, and that's it.
Now,
That's a
now,
little weird.
now, all the talk now is putting it at. Now, this isn't confirmed. Let me preface this. Disney has not confirmed this. All the talk is that we'll see something maybe at the Super Bowl. Maybe.
That
Um,
actually wouldn't surprise me because that
people
was
are
when they released the trailer for
right,
the book where you actually heard them talk for the first time, all of them.
right.
That might make
Now,
sense. It's still just
deadline.
weird. It's still just weird that they would wait so long, though, because it's
I
what, only
agree.
two
I
months away
agree.
now. It's a little weird,
Well, we're under 4 months. The movie comes out May 27th, so we're like just under.
but it's
Or
almost February.
let me think. Yeah, so we're just under. Yeah, it's almost February, and we're just under 4 months, and we really haven't seen
Yeah,
uh anything at all. So I'm a little. I'm not saying the movie's gonna bomb, but like we haven't seen
Mm.
anything. We haven't seen any photos.
And in
We
this day and
haven't
age,
seen
that's
any.
just weird. I mean, because like Ron Howard, he is kind of hit or miss director.
Right.
And even with Rogue One, we saw more than this by now.
Well, like how Tom Cruise has Mission Impossible Fallout coming out later this year.
Yeah,
Like we've seen more of that movie than we have of Solo, and the Mission Impossible movie comes out months later.
hmm
So a little weird, don't you think?
yeah, I do now. I'm in the same boat where I'm like, geez, I seeing nothing at all, even a little bit. No set photos, nothing is freaking weird. It just is.
It's totally weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what Deadline reported on that. There's also the question whether Disney decides to drop a trailer for Solo, a Star Wars story. Should that occur, it would be the first time ever during the Super Bowl that Disney has done so since taking ownership of Lucasfilm. Given that the film's May 25th release is less than 5 months away, they have to start promoting.
I would just wonder
Um,
if they're going to push it back. That's what makes me wonder.
I mean, we're so close. I don't think they will.
It's just weird, no marketing at all yet. That doesn't make any sense.
It's very weird for a Star
Yeah.
Wars film. But
Just in general for Disney. Disney loves to promote their stuff.
but not just that. We just had a Star Wars movie last December, so maybe
I
they were
mean, God,
worried.
even with Incredibles 2, we've seen a itty bitty little thing, but it's something,
Right.
you know?
Maybe they think because it's Star Wars, they don't have to promote it as much.
I
But
think that's a stupid idea. Because
look,
because here's the thing about this movie.
okay,
Yeah, they did a Star Wars story with Rogue One, but this is focusing on basically just one character.
right.
And this could turn out just like, it could end up like what was the first one? X-Men Origins Wolverine, where they may, if this does well, they'll do other movies and other characters. They're already doing
Right.
Community, they said. But if this bombs or doesn't do as well as they expect it to, it may kill those projects like that. Because there were supposed to be a lot of origin movies after Wolverine, and they never happened.
Right.
So
they did make Deadpool though. So they did.
But it took them longer than it normally would have. Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know.
So basically, here's my warning to you, Jay. You can't believe everything you read online. I don't even believe the Super Bowl rumors until like Disney says there's going to be a spot at the Super Bowl or we actually see it. So, you know, we can't. There are so many rumors online, and we don't really know their credibility. So, we haven't seen a Solo trailer yet. A little concerned, but hopefully Super Bowl maybe. But we're still not even sure. So, I mean, Deadline isn't even sure. They said it's a question if Disney will or not.
They should. It'd be a good idea to do it.
It would be, but I mean, I think they need to just do it today. They need. I mean, the sooner the better, don't you think?
Or at least a teaser or something.
Something.
Because even when they get ready to release something, they show like a 10-second trailer before saying, "Hey, trailer comes out this day." Do something like that.
Tom Cruise just did that with the new Mission Impossible.
And did you hear today another thing they did? And I want to say, well, it's not Disney who's doing this, but they announced that Tom Hanks is going to be Mr. Rogers in a documentary type movie they're doing, a docudrama.
Like a biopic.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about that.
I just heard it today.
Let me see.
And that's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind.
Okay. I've been out all day, so I didn't see this news. So it says he will star as Mr. Rogers in the biopic "You Are My Friend," but we can talk about that more later.
Of course, it's just something to bring up. Where they announced that already.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting. So here we go.
Yeah, it is.
Today's main topic of discussion is the 2018 Oscars. 2018. Excuse me. 2018 Academy Awards. We have our full list of nominees, so we're just going to kind of...
The Academy Awards or the Oscars? Are they the same thing?
It's the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. The statue is called the Oscars, so it's the same thing. Okay. So here's what we're dealing with. The Academy Awards will be on ABC live on March 4th. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to run through the main award categories, like the really main signature ones. We're going to list the nominees, and we're going to talk about sort of our burning thoughts and maybe maybe our picks that we'd like to see win, and we'll elaborate a little bit, but mainly we're going to focus on the major categories. So let's see. Let's go ahead and start with Best Supporting Actress. How's that sound?
I want to start with Best Picture, actually.
Why do we have to start with? Can't we build up to it, I think?
Well, I'm just on Variety, and I just see the order it's in.
All right. Well, we'll do what you want, and we'll start with Best Picture. So here's the nominees for Best Picture for 2018. Excuse me. Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 10? Did they go?
No, I think it's 9.
All right, yeah. So we're 9. I think they can have up to 10 nominees due to the more updated rules. I think that was a little while back, like under 10 years ago. But I think that was a new rule where they could allow for 10 nominees for Best Picture. So, so what do you make of this field of Best Picture nominees, Jay?
Well, I would personally like to see Lady Bird win, but truthfully, this category has a little bit of competition. Like Get Out, a lot of people really like that movie. I thought it was good. I didn't blow my mind as much as some, but it did do very well.
Am I being a jerk by saying I don't think that film is Best Picture worthy?
I don't know. I actually think it belongs in the category personally, because I'm like, you know what? It did do very well. It proved that, Jordan Peele can do a lot more than just comedy.
I agree. But
so I think it deserves to be there.
But Best Picture.
I think what I don't think deserves to be there is I've heard Phantom Thread isn't that great, and frankly, the trailer doesn't impress me at all. So I don't think that.
Have you seen Phantom Thread?
I haven't had a chance to. I was supposed to, but I was working.
All right.
It
well,
just doesn't.
well,
It's not a film that like makes me go, oh god, it looks amazing. I want to see it. No,
okay,
it looks
okay,
really weird.
but Phantom Thread was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, who's like an awards darling, you know?
Okay. And then when it comes down to, I thought Dunkirk was good, but frankly, I liked Their Finest better, to be honest.
Right.
Darkest Hour was good, but I don't know. A lot of people liked it. It didn't blow my mind much.
Okay.
And then Shape of Water and Three Billboards, again, not bad movies, but I don't think they're Best Picture worthy. That's just
Well, all right. So what out of these 9 films, what's the one you want to see win Best Picture? If
Lady
you
Bird.
had your if you
Lady
had
Bird. I would like to see Lady Bird, because Lady Bird to me was the best film of the year. It blew my mind in every way.
Okay.
But like I said, this category does have a bit of competition. It's not like the Golden Globes or the Golden Globes. It was kind of like, hey, you know what? Lady Bird just has the best shot. Where this, I'm like, well, Lady Bird probably will, but I don't think it's set in stone like it was.
All right. So let me say, out of this field for Best Picture, if I got to pick, my pick would be The Shape of Water, because I love that film. I thought it was an elegant, beautiful movie, wonderful movie. I want to see that movie win Best Picture. I think honestly, it's going to be The Post or Three Billboards or Lady Bird. I don't think it's going to be Dunkirk. I know Christopher Nolan fans will probably throw a fit if he doesn't win Best Director or Best Picture with Dunkirk, but I think it's going to be The Post or Lady Bird or Three Billboards, one of those 3.
The Post might have a chance. I haven't seen that one either, but I've heard good things about it. So maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I said, like that's what's interesting about this category, and there's many categories like this we'll get into where it's not set in stone. It could be a number of these films. That's really what it boils down to.
It's an interesting field. It is a competitive field. Here's what I will say, though. I think Coco should have been nominated for Best Picture.
It's in animated, and frankly,
so what? What is? I mean, Toy Story 3 got nominated. Why is it that because the movie's animated, it can't be recognized for Best Picture? What is it about that?
Well, isn't it because in the last 5-10 years they have their own category now? Because that's why.
So what?
Well, Beauty and the Beast, but Beauty and the Beast got Best Picture because there wasn't that category yet, right? Or am I wrong?
Right, but I mean, why should animation exclude it from that category? That makes no sense.
I don't know.
Toy Story 3, they had that when that movie came out, it had that category and it still got nominated for Best Pictures. So why should that? If you and I both love Coco, right? Like we're in full agreement that Coco is a great film. So what is the reason why Coco can't be recognized in that way?
I don't know. You know what I think should be in there that kind of blows my mind? Wonder Woman.
What?
I think Wonder Woman should be in there.
I mean,
because that was the best DC movie this year by far, easy.
All right, but just because it's the best DC movie, does that make it Best Picture worthy? That's not. I'm sorry. That's not. To me, that's not a criteria. That's to me, Jay. The best comic book or superhero movie made by DC Entertainment is not a criteria for Best Picture. I'm sorry. Is Wonder Woman a good movie? Yes. Is it a film that I think deserves to be in that conversation for Best Picture? No. But then again, I would say Coco does. And beforehand, I would say last year, I would say Zootopia. But no, we have, to me, the glass ceiling for Best Picture is that can't be broken is for animated films. And as a big proponent and supporter of animated features and how artistic and amazing they can be, I think they should be considered just as much as any other film. All right, so let's move on.
Yes, I agree.
All right, let's go to Best Actor. So we have Timothée Chalamet for Call Me by Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, another big award for Get Out, Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour, and Denzel Washington. I think he's won the Oscar twice. For once for Training Day, Best Actor, and I think Best Supporting Actor for Glory. For Roman J. Israel Esquire.
Mm.
So we have 5 actors here for Best Actor. Who do you want to win?
Well, this is another one where I think 2 actors deserve to win, and it's going to be a grudge match between those 2.
Which 2?
Gary Oldman, because he was really good in Darkest Hour. In my opinion, he was the best thing about that movie. He did an amazing job.
Right.
But Daniel Kaluuya was really good in Get Out. He did an amazing job in that. So I think it's going to be between those 2, personally, is what I think.
What do you think of this field in general for Best Actor?
It's not bad, but I sadly haven't seen Call Me by Your Name, so I can't judge that. And Roman J. Israel Esquire, I was working when I was supposed to see it, so I've only seen those 2 movies in this category anyway. But I can say both of those performances were pretty goddamn amazing.
You don't even have to twist my arm or put a gun to my head for me to say Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour.
He probably has a better chance, but then again, Daniel Kaluuya got snubbed at the Golden Globes, didn't he? Or am I wrong?
Well, I mean that's the Golden Globes.
True, but I'm just saying, like, and I think he's a newer actor. Has Gary Oldman ever gotten
Gary Oldman won. Gary Oldman won at the Golden Globes.
I know that, but has Gary Oldman gotten Oscars before?
No, I don't believe he has.
Okay. Well, they both have.
He might have been nominated before, but I don't think he's ever actually won.
Yeah. So that's what's going to be like, because those were both really good performances.
To me, it's Gary Oldman or bust. I'm sorry.
We'll see. I mean, he's more well known. But yeah. So
this is his second nomination. His first nomination was Best Actor in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy in 2012.
He's been nominated more? Wow, that's weird. He's been in a lot more stuff.
Not for an Academy Award. This is only his second. So he's never won nominated twice.
Crazy.
So I loved his performance as Winston. I mean, look, it's Winston Churchill. But the way he encompassed that, a real life historical figure and disappeared under all that makeup, and I feel like truly just became another person. I feel that's deserving of recognition, but that's just my opinion. To me, that he's the only choice for this year. But we'll see. I mean, look, it's a very competitive field here.
Definitely it is.
An upset would not surprise me, but Gary Oldman definitely seems to be the front runner. Someone else winning wouldn't surprise me, though. All right, so now we're on to Best Actress. So let me read off the nominees. We have Sally Hawkins for The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Margot Robbie for I, Tonya, the Tonya Harding film.
Yeah. Saoirse Ronan, I think.
Saoirse Ronan. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, folks. For Lady Bird, Meryl Streep for The Post. I have a very specific prediction here, but what do you think of the field here?
It's a good field. It's again a competitive field, and really, I think it's between 3 people. I really do.
3 out of 5.
Yes.
Which 3?
Sally Hawkins was unbelievable in The Shape of Water. I think she was the best thing about that movie, in my opinion.
Even though you didn't like that movie so much.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was a good movie. It just didn't blow my mind like some.
Okay.
And then
I mean, she played a mute woman who couldn't even speak in that film. I think that was, and she did a great job.
I agree. And then Frances McDormand in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri did a really good job. She was great in that role. And then, of course, Saoirse Ronan was unbelievable in Lady Bird, right? So they were all just really good in all those roles.
I think Margot Robbie did a good job in I, Tonya, but to me, it's not like it's not an Oscar-winning role, in my opinion. What do you think?
I haven't had a chance to see that one yet.
Okay.
Like the trailer looked kind of interesting. I'm not against seeing it, but yeah, just I don't know. They didn't do a screening for it here, so I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean,
all right. If you were to pick one, who do you want to win?
I couldn't pick one. It'd be between 2, actually. Between 2.
Gun to your head, Jay. Who do you want to win this award?
I'd get shot. I couldn't choose one. For me, it'd be between Sally Hawkins.
That is boring.
No, for me, it'd be between Sally Hawkins or Saoirse Ronan. Because
between Ronan and Hawkins, who do you want to get the statue?
Too tough of an answer.
That's boring. That's boring. Okay, all right. I'll tell you very easily. Who do I want to win? Sally Hawkins. That's who I want to win.
Yeah.
Who do I think is going to win? Ronan for Lady Bird.
Yeah, I think Ronan's going to win too. I think she's going to win, but Sally Hawkins has a chance though.
I think it's down to Ronan or Frances McDormand. I think it'll be one of those two. Gun to my head, who do I think will win? It's going to be Saoirse Ronan.
It probably will be her, but like I said, I think Hawkins has a pretty good shot too.
It depends. We'll see though. Supporting actor. Very interesting. So we have Willem Dafoe for The Florida Project. Woody Harrelson for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Christopher Plummer for All the Money in the World. Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. So this is interesting. We have 2 actors nominated for Best Supporting Actor for the same film.
And then there's Richard Jenkins from The Shape of Water.
Right, and Richard Jenkins from The Shape of Water. Okay. What do you think of the field for Best Supporting Actor?
There's some good ones here again. I think who I would like to see win would be Woody Harrelson, because he was, I think, one of the best things about 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri to me. He did an amazing job with that role. He was an amazing character. He just did a really, really good job. But a close second, though, who has a chance too, is Richard Jenkins, because he was pretty damn good in Shape of Water too.
So let me, so just to give you the stats here, this is Woody Harrelson's 3rd nomination. He has never won an Academy Award. His first nomination was over 20 years ago for The People versus Larry Flint. He got nominated for playing Larry Flint. So he's been to the dance a couple times before, so he's never been able to take it home, though. His second one was for The Messenger for Best Supporting Actor. So this will be his 3rd nomination. So let's see. Richard Jenkins is who I want to win this award. I thought he was great in The Shape of Water. I thought he was great in that role. Who do I think will win? I think it's going to be Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards.
I think Woody Harrelson has a better shot. We'll see, but I think Woody Harrelson has a better shot because he was so good in this role, and he did an amazing job.
Sam Rockwell was good too.
I agree, but I liked Woody Harrelson a bit better.
Willem Dafoe, he has been nominated a couple times as well, as I recall. Let's see.
I haven't had a chance to see that one.
The Willem Dafoe, so this is Willem Dafoe's 3rd nomination. His first nomination was 30 years ago, over 30 years ago, for Platoon, Best Supporting Actor. Best Supporting Actor again for Shadow of the Vampire. That was a good one in 2001. So this is his 3rd also his 3rd nomination, never won. So this is really interesting because just like Woody Harrelson, they like both 3 Best Actor, Best Supporting, Best Supporting. Isn't that interesting?
That is kind of interesting.
When you kind of look at these stats. Now, what about Sam Rockwell? I don't know if he's had one before yet. Let's see what his situation. So this is the first nomination for Sam Rockwell. I believe it's the first for Richard Jenkins as well, even though he's been around a while. Let's look at his stats. Okay, this is his 2nd.
Okay.
He was nominated once before for The Visitor in 2009. So 2nd nomination, he has never won either. So a lot of previous nominees who have never, I think all of them. Let's check Christopher Plummer. Why not? Why not? Right? Let's see what's going on with Plummer.
I'm kind of surprised he wasn't nominated for The Man Who Invented Christmas. All right, he was pretty good in that.
All right, Plummer won. He won. This is his 3rd nomination. He won the award for Best Supporting Actor in 2012. I think based on that, he's not going to win. I don't think.
What did he win for in 2012?
He won for what was it? Beginners.
Okay.
The film Beginners.
Yeah, I kind of wish he had been nominated for The Man Who Invented Christmas. He was really good.
I wish he was nominated for Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country, one of my favorite.
Huh.
He plays the villain in that. One of my favorite Star Trek movies.
What was that one about again? Remind me.
That was with that was the last film for the Enterprise crew and Captain Kirk and Spock and everybody.
Was that where there was the Vulcan who could show them wanting to go to the edge of the universe? Was that what that was?
No, this was after that movie. This was the one with I guess it was about sort of making peace with the Klingons, and some rebel Klingons are trying to stop that.
Okay.
And
that was the Undisclosed Country. Because what was the one about
Undiscovered?
Okay,
and
so what was the one about the whales then? Was that the one before that?
That was the Voyage Home. That was the fourth one.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to supporting actress.
Okay.
Mary J. Blige for Mudbound.
Mm-hmm.
Allison Janney for I, Tonya.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie Manville for Phantom Thread. Laurie Metcalf for Lady Bird, and Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water. Who do you like? What do you think of the field, and who do you like here?
I would like Laurie Metcalf to win because I don't think she's ever been nominated before. And I'm pretty sure Octavia Spencer has actually won, although Octavia Spencer was really good in The Shape of Water, too. So
she was, but I'd be fine. Yeah, this is Laurie Metcalf's first nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Octavia Spencer, she probably won for The Help, right?
I want to say yes.
Did. She won in 2012 for The Help.
Mm-hmm.
She was nominated again for Hidden Figures, so this is her third nomination. Won once.
Wait, she didn't win for Hidden Figures? Wow.
No, she was nominated.
I'm surprised she didn't win. Who'd she lose against?
Well, I mean, look, I think the voters had. You got to think. I think voters have it in their heads. Well, this person won last year, so we'll give it to someone else. Don't you think?
Wait, who beat her for Hidden Figures?
I'm
just curious.
I'd have to check. Viola Davis for Fences.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Okay.
So this is her third nomination, but she's already won one. So I think I'm ruling out, based on that, I'm ruling out Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water. I'm going with Laurie Metcalf for Lady Bird, and I want to see. I mean, I'd be fine if Laurie Metcalf. I like her winning. What do you?
I just like her a lot on The Big Bang Theory. I think it'd be great to see her win. Because she's done so much. She was on Roseanne. She's coming back to Roseanne. She's on The Big Bang Theory. She's been in films before. She's like the second Scream movie, so she's been in films before.
That would be pretty cool to see her pick up an Academy Award.
Yeah, I would like that. I think she deserves it because she was pretty dang good in Lady Bird. She did a good job.
Here's the thing about the supporting actor awards, though. Usually, I will notice that the films that get awarded for those categories will win the bigger awards, basically. Like someone who will win, like a film that's nominated for bigger awards and gets supporting actor won't get like Best Actor or Best Picture or Best Director. All right, well, moving right along. We have Best Director. Very exciting. So this is the second biggest one, I think, of the night. We have Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan. I think this is his second one. Get Out, Jordan Peele. Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig. Phantom Thread, Paul Thomas Anderson. The Shape of Water. So what are your thoughts in the field here for Best Director?
I think since Guillermo del Toro already won a Golden Globe, I think Greta Gerwig should win because she was snubbed there. No, was she nominated for that? She wasn't nominated for Golden Globe, was she? Or was she?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, I would like to see her win. But to be fair, Jordan Peele has a shot too. So I think it's going to be between those two. Although I'd like personally to see Greta Gerwig win. I think she deserves it. But yeah, I don't really want to see Guillermo del Toro get an Oscar for Shape of Water. I just don't.
I think. In the eyes of many hardcore film fans and comic book fans, we know the number one choice is probably Christopher Nolan, the director of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, true.
This is the first time this is the first time Nolan has been nominated for Best Director. He's never been nominated for his only other nominations. He got nominated for Memento in 2002 for
Which was a weird movie. It's a good movie, but it's weird.
For best screenplay. Nominated again for Inception for best screenplay and best picture. And this is his first Best Director nomination.
I'm surprised he wasn't nominated for The Dark Knight, because The Dark Knight, I think, was like the best film in that trilogy. It made the most money.
It won Best Supporting Actor for Heath Ledger. That's it.
It didn't win for director. That's weird.
It didn't even get nominated for director or Best Picture or Best Screenplay. I think.
Strange.
I think The Dark Knight was a very good movie, and I'm surprised it didn't get.
It made an insane amount of money. I think it's one of the most profitable Batman films to date. I believe
it is the most profitable.
And it just did. It blew everybody away, because everybody thought Ledger was such a bad choice for that role, and he blew it out of the water in every way, shape, of the form. So
it's an amazing. Well, what about the fact that it was filmed with IMAX cameras for a lot of the action scenes?
That's true. That's true.
Not a lot of people do that, and I think that, and if you saw that movie in an actual real IMAX screen, it looked amazing. It was to me, that's what going to the movies is all about, and I think that it always disappointed me that didn't get more recognition, but it's the Oscars. What can you do? So
it's weird to me. That blows me away that it didn't.
So who do you think will win? Is Greta Gerwig?
I think so. Yes. Like I said, Jordan Peele, but like I said, Jordan Peele could surprise people.
Who do you want to win this award?
I want to see her win, but like I said, I think Jordan Peele has a chance. But I want her to win.
She was nominated for best screenplay for Lady Bird, but not best director.
Okay.
So my choice. Who do I want to win? Guillermo del Toro.
Okay.
For Shape of Water. I mean, you can't argue with me otherwise.
Hasn't he been nominated a lot, though?
I think he's been nominated once before for Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, he wasn't nominated for the two Hellboy movies? Weird.
Okay, come on, Jay. Why would he be nominated for the Hellboy films? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. I mean, I like those movies, and
just because you like. All right. Just because you like those movies does not mean he would get. We're talking about the Oscars here, okay?
Didn't they both do really well?
No, they didn't. They didn't. They both didn't really do all that well at all. So here's the stats for Guillermo del Toro.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't even believe you thought the Hellboy. Jay, we need to send you to film school or something. There are certain types of films that to me, this is beyond Coco. I'm not trying to be mean here, but but
I'm just saying
you're talking about Hellboy.
But Pan's Labyrinth doesn't surprise me. Him getting nominated for that doesn't surprise me.
He got nominated for best screenplay for Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay.
Then so that was his only other Oscar nomination. So he got best original screenplay for Shape of Water, and best picture and okay. So this is his. He only had one other nomination before, and that was for Pan's Labyrinth. All right.
What else has he directed? Because it seems like there's other stuff that he should have been nominated for, right?
I think he should have been nominated for best director for Pan's Labyrinth, which he wasn't.
Which is weird.
Devil's Backbone that was a very acclaimed film. The Hellboy 1 and 2, Pacific Rim, Crimson Peak to me was not best picture or best director.
No, it wasn't. But how did he? Because I haven't seen the first Pacific Rim, but I've heard it's really good.
Pacific Rim is good, and it's a fun movie, but it's like a popcorn blockbuster movie about giant robots fighting giant monsters.
Yeah, but it did well enough for doing a sequel. So
no, I'm
surprised he wasn't nominated for that.
Okay, but look. When we think about the best picture, it's not about how successful they are. It's more about the technical the technical artistry of cinema. It's not, and You know, these are the more artsy type films and not popcorn films.
True, fair enough.
Get Out is probably the exception, but like Get Out, you know, was sort of like this big cultural moment, and it's getting all the and it got great reviews. So it's not. It's my point is this, Jay. With the Academy Awards, the recognition generally goes to sort of more like art house type fare, kind of like dramas, heavy drama, period pieces, and not like comic book action adventure movies. And that's probably a big reason why Wonder Woman and Dark Knight and films like that aren't nominated. All right, this is the one that really annoys me more than anything. Best Animated Feature: The Boss Baby, The Breadwinner, Coco, Ferdinand, Loving Vincent. This category, Jay, offends me, and I'm sick to my stomach that I had to read Best Animated Feature: The Boss Baby. This is a farce. This is absurd. Absurd. The Boss Baby? Do you even see that film?
I did.
Do you think that's worthy of Best Animated Feature?
No.
Why did that film get nominated for Best Animated Feature?
Because I think they didn't. Because like, there's a few films in this category. You're like,
Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Ferdinand, come on here. And you know what? I'm not even saying Ferdinand's a bad movie, but like, how the heck? Like, what were the voters doing to nominate these films? The only. I mean, this is ridiculous.
You know what's weird? Why didn't they have Cars 3 in there? That would make sense to be in there.
Cars 3 was not that good.
But it was a better film than, let's say, you know, Ferdinand.
To me, it's not even about what's better. It's about what are the 5 best animated features from 2017. That's your criteria. It's not about is this better than this. It's like
Cars 3 did really good for a sequel, especially how bad the second was. Yes,
it did not. It did not.
It did better than they expected it to be.
Not really. I'm going to tell it here. Cars 3. Let's go over the metrics. Cars 3, 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, it did even less at the box office than Cars 2.
Seriously?
Yeah. Cars 3 only made 152,383,000 worldwide. Cars 2 made 562 million worldwide and 191. Yeah, so it did far worse than Cars 2. So,
well,
look, that's not even the metric. That's not even the metric you go by. There are far better animated movies that came out last year than the freaking the Lego Batman movie. The Lego Batman movie could have been in there. That should
have been in there. I agree. That should have been in there.
That one did better than all of those films.
Yeah.
And it got good reviews. It got very good reviews, actually. So
it was weird the ones they chose near, and really this is a category where it's obvious what's gonna win. It's just obvious.
To me, it doesn't even matter what's obvious. It's just how offensive it is that they nominated The Boss Baby. They could have nominated Mary and the Witch's Flower. That was a very good film.
I've heard that's good.
That's what I would have done. The Lego Batman movie and Mary and the Witch's Flower would have been my two. Hell, Fairy Tale Dragon Cry is a better put together movie than Ferdinand and freaking Boss Baby. Okay, and I'm not saying you shouldn't like those films. If you like those films, fine. But I'm talking about what are the five masterpieces. We're talking about like cinematic artistry and quality. It's not about like it feels like they just put animated movies into a bag and took the names out of a hat.
Yeah, it does seem that way because it's just kind of weird because like Breadwinner and Loving Vincent, I have no clue what they're even about.
Those are lower budget. Those are lower budget like art house type animated.
It's just weird to be put in this section. They should have been put in something else, right? It's just kind of weird.
The Breadwinner, I think is okay to be in this category, but I'm more focused on the Boss Baby and Ferdinand. They should be nowhere near. They should be nowhere near this category.
And remind you, I didn't hate the Boss Baby, but yeah, it was a film that I thought was good.
It's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's not about hate. It's about what are the 5 best. What 5 animated?
I was getting that. I was getting that where I'm like, it just isn't on the same level like as Coco. It just isn't. None of these films are anywhere near on the same level as Coco. They're just not.
Mary and the Witch's Flower and the Lego, like,
yeah,
they and those films aren't on the same level as Coco either. But at least if they're in there, like those are good films.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with the idea of them being in there. And
like Lego Batman may not be as good as the Lego Movie, but it was pretty dang close, in my opinion.
And to me, there is a big problem with the Academy Awards, and I'm calling shenanigans on all the Academy of voters who voted for those 2 films. Shenanigans on you. You do not belong in the Academy. I should be taking your place and voting on these films. And you know what? So should you, Jay. You should be in the Academy voting on these films because you could probably do a better job than the people who voted for Boss Baby and Ferdinand. Come on here.
Now there are 2 more I do want to talk about real quick.
We're gonna talk about the script. We're gonna get into.
I want to talk about animated short and original.
No, we're not doing animated short. Okay.
Oh, but Lou was really good. Lou was good.
We're all right. We're moving on to best screenplay. So first adapted screenplay. First is Call Me by Your Name, James Ivory.
Mm-hmm.
The Disaster Artists, Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber.
Mm-hmm.
Logan's. Oh, this is the only award for Logan. Wow. Scott Frank and James Mangold and Michael Green.
Mm-hmm.
Molly's Game, Aaron Sorkin. Mudbound, Virgil Williams and Dees Reese. I will say I'm a little surprising. Logan was a good film, and I think that could have been. I think that could have gotten a little more awards recognition.
I agree.
I'm a little surprised that Disaster Artists didn't get more nominations, but not surprised in light of, current events. And I think that's the reason. I don't know what other people think, but I believe current events are the reason Disaster Artists didn't get more awards.
Maybe.
All right. So what do you think of best adapted screenplay field, Jay?
I think the only one that really has a shot is Logan. I mean, don't get me wrong, Molly's Game was good, but I think Logan's got the best shot because I thought Logan, as far as the screenplay goes, was an unbelievable screenplay, an unbelievable story. Did a great job ending the saga, and kind of passing the baton almost in a way, and I thought it was really
Why do you believe it's the only one that has a shot?
Because the Disaster Artist I've heard isn't bad. I haven't seen it, to be honest, but I don't know if the screenplay's that mind-blowing. And Molly's Game wasn't a bad story. It wasn't a bad film. It was another film based on a book. It had a good cast, but it was a film I left going, okay, it's good, but Jessica Chastain has done better. Like Zookeeper's Wife was much better than Molly's Game, in my opinion.
I think Molly's Game has a pretty good chance of winning this award.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
look, it's Aaron Sorkin. It's Aaron Sorkin and in the Oscars. I think he has a good chance.
He probably does, but I just would think it'd be nicer to see Logan because it just was such an amazing screenplay.
Yeah, because you want to see a comic book film and you want to see a movie about comic book characters win the award, right?
Well, not just that, it was such a good screenplay. It was an amazing story. I mean, what places you didn't think Logan would go. Now, the one place I will call shenanigans, I've kind of said it, but I have to call shenanigans, is Wonder Woman getting nothing. That's ridiculous. Nothing at all. I mean, no Gal Gadot getting Best Actress, no frickin' Chris Pine getting supporting, no best film, no best screenplay, no best nothing. There was so much good about that film.
None of that bothers me. I'm sorry.
It all bothers me. I mean, I'm just like.
Why does that? I mean,
Because it was a really good film. It did really well. People loved it. I mean, it did amazing. It
All
deserves
right, but
more.
I mean, the Academy Awards are not judged based on how many people like the film. You know, a lot of people like Transformers, the first Transformers movie. You know, should we nominate Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox
I thought they
for
did
those
get
films?
nominated. Am I wrong? For the first Transformers, didn't they get nominated?
No,
Okay.
no, no, man.
Hmm.
Maybe for the Razzie Awards, not for their acting in that film, if you can even call it that.
And
And look,
it's kind of weird that the people in Blade Runner 2049, the actors didn't get nominated either. Because I thought Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford were good in that, weren't they? Don't you think?
good, but I mean, look, the acting fields are competitive as it is, and they probably just weren't quite there to make the final cut. So
Or even Skarsgård from It, he was amazing in that.
it didn't get any major awards either. Look, it's
I think
not.
it should have. Is what I say.
I mean, I mean, you can't nominate every film. I mean, only Best Picture can get 10, and everything else can only get 5.
Yeah.
And the voters tend to favor the more art house type, the more artsy, dramatic kind of cinema, and not like popcorn, not like audience friendly box office smashes. There are exceptions like The Lord of the Rings and Titanic, but that's more the exception rather than the rule. Okay, so moving on. So best original screenplay. So we have The Big Sick. That was a good movie. Now The Big Sick was a good movie. I wouldn't have minded if it got a few more major awards. Emily V. Gordon and Kumail Nanjiani. Get Out, Jordan Peele. Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig. The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro and Vanessa Taylor. And Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Martin McDonagh. This is a very competitive field for best original screenplay. What do you think of this group?
It's definitely an interesting group again. I would personally like to see if Saoirse Ronan Greta Gerwig somehow doesn't get for director. I think she deserves this because
that happens sometimes too.
Because in the Golden Globes, Del Toro already got for screenplay, right?
Let me see. I think he got Best Director for the Golden Globes.
I thought he got screenplay.
No, he got Best Director.
Did he? Okay.
Yes, he did. I'm looking at it right here, man.
Okay. I'm just saying if somehow if she gets
he got nominated for Best Screenplay, but he only won Best Director.
Okay. So maybe she won for screenplay then. Maybe that's what happened. I'll say maybe she did. Maybe that's what happened.
Martin McDonagh won for Three Billboards this year for best film screenplay. So
yeah, I would like to see Greta Gerwig win, but yeah, it's very competitive. That's for sure.
Who do I want to win is Guillermo del Toro and Vanessa Taylor, because I love Shape of Water and I think it's an amazing story. And it's a beautiful. It's like a sort of an otherworldly, fable or fairy tale, and it's an amazing love story. And I mean, it's a beautiful story on paper, and I think in the way it kind of used that kind of premise, almost kind of like a 1950s, 60s B monster movie, and kind of turned it into this kind of very melodic, beautiful love story. I think that deserves recognition. But The Shape of Water was one of my favorite movies of the year. Honestly, though, I could see any one of these films winning Best Screenplay.
I would say if Gerwig wins for director, I wouldn't mind him getting screenplay. I wouldn't mind it. But we'll see.
Okay, so those are the main categories for the 2018 Academy Awards. Will you watch the awards show this year?
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. So you're so upset about Wonder Woman you won't even watch.
No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason. I just don't watch.
You seem pretty upset about that.
I just don't watch the award shows in general that often, honestly, because they're really long. They go on forever. It takes forever to get to the big stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I won't watch it. It's not the Wonder Woman stuff. I'm upset about that, but the truth is, It's just I don't watch the award shows in general that often because they go on forever, and they do. And there's just like you're just like, geez, I don't have 6 hours to watch.
I am not watching in protest out of the Boss Baby getting nominated for an Oscar. that really just and you know what? That is my right. That is my right as an American, I think, because if people can get angry about other films not getting nominated, I think I deserve to get angry about the Boss Baby getting. If there's one movie I think should never get an Academy Award nomination at all, it's the Boss Baby, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's the 2018 Academy Awards. If you want to check those out, those will be March 4th on ABC.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Kimmel is hosting this year. Do you like
again?
Yeah.
Didn't he host the Golden Globes?
I don't know who. I forget who hosted the Golden. No. It was Seth Meyer.
Oh, that's right. You're right. But he's hosted the Oscars before, hasn't he?
Well, I mean, the Oscars have repeat hosts, quite frequently. Yeah. Billy Crystal and Whoopi Goldberg hosted many of the Oscars.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Seth Meyers hosted the Golden Globes this year.
Yeah, but he's hosted. I want to say he even hosted the awards like the last year or two ago, didn't he?
I know Seth. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah. Well, maybe last year it was Seth MacFarlane. Maybe I don't know.
No, I think Seth MacFarlane. His was a few years ago.
Okay.
Neil Patrick Harris did 1 year, but yeah, okay. Jimmy Kimmel, I believe he's a repeat. Okay. He's a repeat host. So yeah, this year it is Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay, interesting.
Do you think he's a good choice to host?
He's not bad. I mean, he's had some good stuff on his show that I've seen online, and they're already saying there'll probably be more stuff with him and Matt Damon because that, rivalry keeps going on. So that'll be.
There was a time where I really wanted Jim Carrey to host the Academy Awards back in the 90s.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Not like anymore, but like when I was a big fan of Jim Carrey, I would have loved it if he got to host.
Let's be honest, he's not as big now as he was. He still does stuff. Don't be wrong.
Yeah,
he still does stuff, but he's not as big as he was in the 90s.
No, I just thought like based on some of his awards, not that he won. Like they would have segments with him on the Academy Awards, and he just seemed like he'd be a naturally good, host for the Academy Awards because he wasn't going to win an Academy Award. Everyone thought he should have gotten one for like Man on the Moon or The Truman Show. But whatever. Okay, so all right. So moving on from that, we have some. Oh yeah, so the Captain Marvel. So we got our first look at Captain Marvel, played by Brie Larson. We got to see some set photos that came online. So we saw some concept art before, but this like actually shows her live on set in costume. So it had this sort of green black look, and it looks like it was inspired by the earlier Captain Marvel costume colors. This may not be her final costume, but I guess what did you think of what we've seen so far for the film? And Brie Larson on set in costume for the new Marvel film.
Let me check this out again because I've seen little glimpses of it. But let me see this again. Faster.
I'm looking at him right now.
I'm looking at him, trying to look at him right now too. So let's see.
We haven't seen it. We haven't seen a whole lot from the film, but this is kind of like this has been like our first legitimate look at Brie Larson as Captain Marvel.
Let me try to look at him right now.
I think the costume looks pretty cool. I like what they did with it, but look, this is just a set photo, and this isn't like they're probably going to do some like post-production visuals with it here. And I imagine this may not even be her final costume for the film.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe they're going to add some visual effects to it or something.
Well, not just visual effects. Like this may be like an early costume. And then she'll get the red, the dark blue, and the gold later in the film. Like we'll see the classic colors later on. And this is just maybe. I think this could be like her prototype suit, but we'll see.
Yeah, maybe because it is.
That's just speculation on my part. I'm not saying that's what it is, but
yeah, because it does look a little odd.
What?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it looks like a little muted. The colors look a little muted.
Yeah, almost like Green Lantern-ish or something.
But I think the costume does look cool, and I'm pretty excited about her playing a Marvel superhero. What do you think?
This is a film where it could go either way. I think it could be good or bad. I want to see more of it. Is just what I really want to see. But
In
it
your
has
opinion,
potential to be
has
good.
Marvel ever made a bad film?
Yeah, before Iron Man, absolutely they have.
I mean,
Ant-Man
when I
wasn't
say
as good.
Marvel, I mean Marvel Cinematic. Have you seen one bad film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I will say that Ant-Man was a lot weaker than it should have been. It wasn't as strong as the first films. I didn't hate it, but it's not as fun watching again and again.
Maybe Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and maybe Thor: The Dark World.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Do you like? I mean, Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 2 are the ones people generally don't like.
I still like them. I have nothing wrong with them.
All right, so I mean, all right, so
the only film I really was kind of disappointed in was Ant-Man, because it wasn't bad, but it was not as good as it should have been. And of course, I didn't see it.
Reviews. Like Ant-Man was the one people thought was going to bomb, but it still got good reviews and it did well.
Yeah, it didn't do bad. I mean, but like, and I didn't see it, but Fantastic Four bombed horribly.
That's not Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was Fox.
I thought that still counted in the Marvel label, didn't
it? They're based on Marvel. Look, there's the Marvel movies that Fox makes, and then there's the ones that Disney and Marvel Studios make. They're different.
Okay. So I can't count Apocalypse, the X-Men Apocalypse.
No, you can't.
That's Fox too, right? Okay.
Look, so when I say Marvel Cinematic Universe, I say the Iron Man films, Captain America, the Thor films, Ant-Man, the Avengers movies. That's when and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, actually, there's two. There's two that I was like, they were good, but I wouldn't watch them again and again and again. The first one was definitely, actually, if I'm honest, there'd be three. First of all is Ant-Man.
Okay.
Then Winter Soldier, because it wasn't bad.
Oh, come on.
Let me explain why. It wasn't bad.
You're killing me here.
I liked like Civil War and the first Captain America much better than Winter Soldier.
You know what you should do?
And let me finish. And then my third one is Age of Ultron Avengers, because it's not bad, but the first it's kind of like a recycled Avengers, not the same story, but similarities of plot and stuff like that. So it was good, but I like the first Avengers movie much more than the sequel.
All right, you want to know what I want you to do right now, Jay? I want you to go up into space. I want you to go into a Death Star and just blast me from orbit, because that pain is equal to what you've done to my heart just this second. And I hope you're happy with how badly you've wounded me and made my heart cry by listing off the Winter Soldier, which is one of the greatest, not just like Marvel films, but like films ever. So
I like Civil War much better.
Civil War is a good film. It's a very good film, but the Winter Soldier. So what if you liked it better? The Winter Soldier is still a great film.
I'm not saying it's not, but it wasn't as good as I liked. I like 1 and 3 better than 2.
I mean, look, I don't think Raiders. I mean, I don't think like Back to the Future is as good as Raiders of the Lost Ark, but I still love Back to the Future and Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, it's like to me, I don't need a film to be like better than the other to like enjoy them.
I enjoy. Don't be wrong. I didn't hate Winter Soldier, but I wouldn't watch that one as much as like Civil War or as like the first.
Why don't you just rip out my heart? Rip out my heart, put it down on the floor, and stomp on it, because you've technically already done it. So why not just do it for real?
And you got to learn more about Bucky in Civil War anyway.
So we learn. I mean, so what?
So it was nice to learn his backstory there. We learned about his backstory more there.
I mean, we learned about his backstory in First Avenger too.
Yeah, but not much in Winter Soldier.
I'm not sure. What is your point?
I'm just saying that like Winter Soldier is not a bad movie, but it's not as strong as like the first Avenger or as Civil War.
All right. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're kind of losing me here, Jay. So You've great, and I mean, not only that, you've greatly wounded my heart is crying. It's bawling right
it'll
now.
heal. It'll live.
All right, so some other Marvel animation news I wanted to get in. So now we know for certain that Marvel's Spider-Man, this is the animated TV series on Disney XD, has been renewed for a second season. So this was after our last show. I guess we weren't sure what the future of the show is going to be. So Marvel confirmed. So season 2, it will come on, I guess, later this year. After they're still in season 1 right now, and they're going to do that. A new season of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which will be themed after Mission Breakout, the theme park ride at Disney, which is very cool. And there's also going to be a 5th season of Avengers Assemble, which is the animated Avengers show, which will be Black Panther's quest. And so we'll get new seasons later this year on Disney XD. So
did you see they also announced this year, it's not animation news, but it's Marvel news. They did announce that season 3 of Daredevil is coming out later this year.
Well, that's we've known about that forever. So,
but they didn't say later this year, did they? They said they were going to do it, right?
Yeah, but I think it was pretty assured that it was going to be later this year. So do you watch Avengers Assemble or Guardians of the Galaxy, Jay?
Guardians of the Galaxy I have. I like it so far, actually. It's a little different, but it's definitely got good voice cast on it, good guest stars on it. It tells a pretty good story so far, and yeah, Mission Breakout's gonna be really cool. Actually, you learn things on the show that maybe we'll find out eventually in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We haven't yet, but it's stuff you learn. You're like, hey, maybe this will show up there. It could. And not saying it will, but it could.
No, I don't think they're separate. They're separate entities, really, even though they're similar.
And I agree that, but here's my point. What I'm trying to make, like, you see Taskmaster a lot more in that, right? So you kind of get an idea what the character's like before you saw him in Thor Ragnarok. Now, they're not the same. They are different.
Taskmaster.
But it gives you an idea what the character is like. So when you see him in the movie, you go, okay, I see. So at least it gave...
Taskmaster is not that...
Goldblum was in Thor Ragnarok.
Grandmaster.
What's the name of the character then?
The Grandmaster.
Grandmaster, that's what I meant.
You said Taskmaster. He's a totally...
I know, but what I meant was Grandmaster. That's what I meant.
Okay.
And so it's cool to get to see that, and it's a good show so far. I really love that Will Friedle is Star-Lord. I just love him as an actor. I actually met him at D23. He's an amazing actor. And Marvel Spider-Man, I'm not surprised it got a second season because it's done pretty well so far. It really has. It doesn't blow my mind. Where they're going now
with the Dr. Octopus
next is pretty dang amazing. Just what they've been doing so far. So a season 2 for that doesn't shock.
I bet in season 2 we'll see Gwen Stacy become Spider-Gwen.
And it sounds like the previous Spider-Man shows have done well too. So why not this one keep doing well too, right?
And it looks like the next season of Avengers Assemble will also be based on it'll be a Black Panther this season was Secret Wars. The season before that was Ultron Revolution. So the next season, season 5, will be Black Panther's quest. So going off of the Black Panther film, it'll be like a Black Panther centric season. So that's interesting. I'm excited about that. I've been enjoying all the animated shows, so I'm glad it looks like they'll be continuing at least through 2019. After that, not sure, but we'll be getting new seasons for each of the shows that are still on right now, and that's good news. Great. So let's see the Daredevil season 3 news. Check on that. I mean, I think it was pretty. Let's see. Where did you see it was going to come out this year?
I want to say I saw it on Facebook. Some link of something.
Let's see. I'm not really seeing anything substantial saying this year, honestly.
Here we go. Den of Geek is what I see.
Oh, no. There was some casting news for Daredevil's mother. That I remember.
Is that who the mother is? The sister, whatever?
Joanne Whaley.
Sister Maggie, they're saying.
Sister Maggie. That's his mother.
Really?
Well, his mother became a nun.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That's why she's called Sister Maggie. So Joanne Whaley will play Daredevil's mother in season 3.
It's a little weird they have a new showrunner and executive producer. That's a little weird.
What do you mean?
Because I like Marco Ramirez. He's done a pretty good job with the shows he's done so far.
With who?
Marco Ramirez. I actually interviewed him. He's done a good job. So doing a new showrunner and executive producer is a little interesting.
I mean, the thing is, shows tend to change showrunners and like the heads of the writing room quite frequently.
Oh, that's true.
So it's the original showrunner was Stephen McKnight before it was Ramirez, actually. Yeah. That's the only. I think that's the only major news that came out for Daredevil.
They just said that comes out this year. They didn't say when yet, but it's kind of nice to know that we're getting it probably around November, December.
It doesn't
October,
have an official.
Like somewhere toward the end of the year.
We don't know though. We don't know for certain when it's coming out. Hopefully it'll be 2018. But for all we know, it could be a year from now. So it looks like Vincent D'Onofrio will also be back. Mm-hmm. What I do like about this is they've been hinting at Daredevil's mother for a while, and now we'll actually get to see her and meet her. Mm-hmm. Now, in the comics, his mother became a nun. Mm-hmm. And joined a convent, so that's why she goes by the name Sister Maggie now. Mm-hmm. So that's very. Let's see, Joanne Whaley. She is from the show Wolf Hall. Mm-hmm. Never watched that, but most of the casting for these shows has been pretty good. So I expect good things. And I believe we will be getting Luke Cage and Jessica Jones this year, and Iron Fist season 2 probably next year, and probably Punisher season 2 as well. There you go.
Punisher season 2. I don't know if we're getting that this year, maybe next year, but I know
they already announced. It will no Punisher season 2 will probably be next year. Yeah, I would imagine.
So, did they say? Really, I didn't know Luke Cage 2 was going to be this year.
Yeah,
I know Jessica Jones.
They've been filming Luke Cage, so it should be ready by this year.
So if we're going to get Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Daredevil, wow, crazy.
Last year we got Iron Fist, Defenders, and Punisher, so that was 3.
True, but I hope they don't overexert themselves, because I want the next season to be.
That's the problem when you have all these popular shows and you have to sort of fill that demand on Netflix.
And I still wonder how the heck they're going to do a season 2 of Punisher. I don't know. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I'm just like, man, how it ended. You're like.
I agree, but that's the problem of what they're going to have to figure out. Okay, so to wrap that up, we have some interesting stuff going on. So the Super Bowl is this Sunday, and I think we'll have a lot to talk about after the Super Bowl, because there's going to be a lot of like movie TV spots and a lot of new previews during that show. One that we know, I think we're probably going to see a new TV spot for Mission Impossible Fallout with Tom Cruise. That's looking really exciting. And then another one will probably be Avengers Infinity War. I think we will see Infinity War during the Super Bowl, and that's
I'd like to see more of Deadpool too. I'd like to see more of that personally.
Will Deadpool be at the Super Bowl? I am not sure.
And also next week, I will be seeing Love Simon on Wednesdays, so we will talk about that next week. That's for sure. I'm looking forward to that. And actually, I'm going to see Peter Rabbit as well. So
I'm seeing Peter Rabbit, and God help me, God help us, Jay.
No. We'll see. I don't know.
You think? So you seem to have high hopes for Peter Rabbit, then, huh?
I don't, you know, here's the thing. Those films can surprise you sometimes. They can. So who knows, right? We'll see.
I'm not let me just say I'm not expecting a Paddington 2 level movie. I don't think we're going to see a Deadpool 2 trailer at the Super Bowl. But
What else could they show there? I wonder, because we're like probably well, hopefully Solo. Let's put it that way. Hopefully, yeah, that'd be
well, let's see.
it'd be nice if they did it. You know.
I think Slash Film has a list. So here's what's confirmed.
Okay.
The new Cloverfield film, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Skyscraper, Mission Impossible, Fallout, Black Panther, Avengers, and Avengers Infinity War. So those are all definite previews we will get during the Super Bowl.
What is Skyscraper? I'm not even familiar with that one.
Skyscraper, I believe, is one of The Rock's next movies. I think it's going to be like a Die Hard type of film.
No.
Kind of like bad guys in a giant building, basically. What is that reaction? You like to grumble a lot.
It's just like I said, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is hit or miss. He was good in Jumanji, but he does some films. You're like, you're a better actor than this man. Why are you
like
doing
Baywatch?
That? Oh God, yes, that's a great example.
What about the Fast movies? You like him in the Fast movies, right?
Yeah, he's good. He's good in those. But all
right. Well, this film is going to be a big action film where he plays like a hero and like he's dealing with bad guys who are like who are like taking over a skyscraper, basically.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Like we've seen that before.
It's like a remake of Die Hard, basically. All right. So I am Jeffrey Harris. You can check out my reviews and articles on 411mania.com. And Jay, where can people find you online?
Before we end, shouldn't we do the Rise of Doc Ock 3 and 4?
We kind of already got into that for the animated Spider-Man.
Well, I just want to talk about real quick because I think it was a good end to the saga. How they ended it, that was kind of cool.
Go ahead.
You know, because we get to see for a while, we get to see like Doc Ock working for Osborn, and even on part 3, Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, really wants to like try to show Harry that hey, your dad is not who he says he is. He's a bad guy, and it actually harms their friendship in these last 2 parts badly. In 3, like, when he finds out you're working with Spider-Man, he gets really pissed at him. It's like, you know what? How dare you help? Because he doesn't like Spider-Man. He thinks Spider-Man is this terrible menace who needs to go away, right? Not knowing, of course, who Spider-Man is. And then in 4, we see things take a dark turn with a lot of betrayals, with a lot of different people, with Doc Ock. We get to see a betrayal with the Jackal. And the episode ends in an interesting way where you're like, oh, damn, like Parker and, Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Harry Osborn pretty much like, he's like, you just need to get the hell away from me. I don't want anything to do with you anymore because it's your fault, for what happened, And it was an episode with a lot of action. It was interesting direction for the series to go, and I'm definitely interested in seeing what happens in this next saga.
The next saga. The next saga for Spider-Man will be Spider Island, so it'll be another 2-parter. Spider Island Part 1 and 2. So,
actually, it's a 5-parter full total.
Well, right, but
we'll talk about 1 and 2.
It'll be 1 and 2 will be the next 2 episodes.
And it sounds like it's gonna be very interesting. I've read the promo, the premises already. I'm like, this sounds.
That's based on another comic story.
And
I will be curious to see what they do with how they do Spider Island in an animated format.
And they said they're going to have Spider-Gwen in there for a minute too, which will be interesting.
Spider-Gwen, and I think they also mentioned Superior Spider-Man, which I'll be curious to see. I'll be curious to see how they do that as well. All right, so once again, Jeffrey Harris. You can find me online at 411mania.com. And what about you, Jay? Where can people find you online?
Goodman Project right now. I do a lot of reviews on there for movies, TV shows, things like books. So
So for now, we're sticking around on YouTube, but we're going to be trying to find a new platform or format for our podcast in the coming months. Just because we're not crazy about what's going on with the whole YouTube angle right now. But to the people who have been watching our show, thank you, and thank you for spending your time with us, and thank you, and enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend. Be safe, everyone.
Go Eagles.
Yeah. Sorry, man. It's going to be Tom Brady again this year.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All
right. I will. Go Eagles. Go Eagles, everyone.
Yeah.
Beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, beat the Patriots. They've won too much already.
Yeah, they've got enough rings. Don't let Tom Brady get another ring, Eagles. There you go. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
All right. So enjoy the Super Bowl, everyone. Thank you.